What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Welcome to today's video. I'm going to talk about Uber. Okay, we're going to talk about Uber today, how Uber was able to win an $810 million contract in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, and before we get into the video, just go ahead and smash that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. We really want to grow this channel. I want to keep doing videos like this, so please take a second and subscribe to it. It's completely free. Thank you very much. Let me go ahead and cue the intro and let's talk about how Uber won this $810 million contract. Okay guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about how Uber won an $810 million contract in the middle of the pandemic. As you can see, it says Uber lands $810 million contract. So pretty much Uber Technologies, the shares were down 0.15% and it went up 2.5% Monday after the General Service Administration announced an $810 million contract award with the ride-share hailing service. Shares of Uber are down 30.5% this year, the broadcast, yada yada yada. Okay, so this was the article that I saw initially to read it. Then I started doing some more research and found out that, so essentially in this article, they talked about how Uber had to get permission first, right? So Uber was not in the government market initially. They were not. They were simply providing rideshare services to consumers like you and I, right? And after the pandemic came, they lost a big chunk of the market, which was the consumers. So they were kind of struggling because they were losing a lot of money. So they reached out to the government and said, hey, can we provide rideshare service to you guys? Because we already provide you guys with rideshare services on a regular basis with different employees and other events you guys use, right? So the government kind of like looked at it and it says right there, politicians and campaigns have for years relied on Uber for rides to and catering for their events. But the decision Monday is the first clearance for federal agencies to sign contracts with the company. It's a rare bright spot as Uber struggles to adjust to the effect of coronavirus pandemic, right? So demands for rides have tanking since last month. Well, obviously, just like every other business that was hurt because of the pandemic. However, you can leverage government contracting to save your business. Maybe not on Uber's level where you're essentially winning an $810 million contract, but you can leverage government contracting to kind of get you some cash flow coming into your business while you're kind of going through this pandemic thing, right? Not even just the pandemic in general. Government contracting is like you can jump all in and do government contracting, or you can add it as an arm. In this scenario, Uber added as an arm to kind of save them from, losing the whole business, right? As you keep looking, it says Uber has been looking to add new source of revenue to make up for the sharp decline in rideshare. So is every single small business. However, the small businesses are not using government contracting. If Uber can say, hey, you know what? There's no business in the public market right now, and I need to save my company. So let me go to the government and sell my services to the government. And they win an $810 million contract. Why can a small business not do that to win a $500,000 contract, a $10,000 contract, a $1 million contract, right? You can do that, but small businesses don't know, right? So, as you read, it says the government clearances removes a substantial hurdle for selling to agencies, but revenue isn't assured. The U.S. expects to spend $810 million through 2025 on ride-hailing services, according to the Uber spokesman. Citing an estimate by the General Service Administration, Uber must compete for those contracts, right? What that simply means is it's a 5-year contract for $810 million, and Uber is going to compete with essentially Lyft, right? They're the only two rideshare services that are out there, right? Lyft and Uber, maybe Zipcar also. But essentially, they're going to be competing amongst 3 or 4 of them, kind of like a monopoly. That means that they really don't have to pick up consumers anymore. They can strictly focus on all federal employees and just say, hey, you know what? We're good. For the next 5 years, we're going to be getting $810 million. I don't got to pick up Desmond anymore, right? So, why am I telling you this? I'm sharing this with you because anybody can do government contracting. You can literally win a $10,000 contract or a $100 million contract or $810 million contract just like Uber did. The processes are still the same. All you have to do is get registered. In this scenario, Uber requested to get registered to bid on contracts because they are a big company already, right? So they kind of gotta get permission. But if you're not a big company, which most of you guys are not, you can simply just go to BetaSam, get registered, and start finding contracts and submitting a bid. It's not hard to submit a bid. It's really not hard, okay? The problem is we don't know how to go to the government and win contracts. and that's why I want to show you guys the step-by-step processes. I don't want to give you all the fluffy information, okay? I want to give you tacticals. I want to give you exact step-by-step processes that you can implement in your business to go win government contracts, okay? So this just shows you that it's possible. You can literally win almost $1 trillion contract. Like this right here, like they are good for the next 5 years. Imagine if you won a contract for the next 5 years. How much better would you sleep at night knowing that, hey, you know what? I don't have to wake up and drive revenues more because I have a guaranteed contract here. Well, not guaranteed, but you already have a mechanism right there to provide the cash flow that you need as long as you execute on the task orders, right? So leverage government contracting, okay? Because it can literally save you. And the thing is, you don't gotta jump all in and say, hey, I'm gonna do government contracting, only government contracting, right? You can literally add government contracting as an arm to your business and say, hey, my main way to drive revenue is, by selling to businesses. However, government contracting is another mechanism. So let me create a small department in my company where we do government contracts. You don't have to create a department. You can literally say, hey, you know what? Every day for about 30 minutes or so, I'm going to log in online and find some contracts. If I find something during the weekends, I'll spend the weekend writing the proposal. That's all you need to do, okay? Government contracting is very easy. If you want to learn more, I can give you the steps that you can implement to win government contracts. I'm going to put it in this description below. So if you want to learn the step-by-step processes to winning government contracts like Uber, maybe not like $810 million contract, but let's say $1 million contract, a $10 million contract, or $10,000 contract. If you want to learn the fundamental steps to winning government contracts, I'm going to put the link in the description below. So make sure you click that link and get the free document, the free PDF, which is going to outline the steps that you can implement in your business to successfully win government contracts. But I was really just showing you this video to show you that you can literally enter the government market and win government contracts, right? And in fact, let me show you this, because this is what I noticed also. So this contract was rewarded around April 20th, okay? This one was rewarded. However, a different article wrote about it November 23rd, which was about 5 days ago, right? And that just shows you the big lag in the government market, because how is it that the government is spending $810 million in April and it's just getting picked up in November? You see what I'm saying? Like, people do not know about government contracting. If you're in the transportation industry, you can even participate on some of these contracts, right? So imagine if you had your own small business, right, where you provided rideshare services, right, and you reached out to your state and said, or your local agency and said, hey, we want to provide rideshare services to all federal employees in the state of California, in the state of Georgia, in the state of, I don't know, Minnesota, right? What if you did that and they gave you a contract? You see what I'm saying? So there's opportunity out here. Problem is that we're not leveraging. We don't know about these opportunities, right? These big companies know about it, so they are leveraging it to win more contracts. And I just saw right here, it says 5-year $810 million contract authorized for the companies to provide transportation to over 4 million federal employees. Okay, that's a lot of employees also, right? So it makes sense to why it's almost $1 trillion. So they're gonna spend $1 trillion, just about $1 trillion in the next 5 years to drive around 40 million employees. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, okay? And you being a small business can participate on this. In fact, if you want to be a subcontractor, you can actually reach out to some of these companies that are on this contract and say, hey, we see you just won an $810 million contract. I have about 25, vehicles I can use to fulfill some of this contract. Can we get an opportunity? Can we get a subcontracting opportunity? And you can leverage that as past performance to go win your own contract to do the exact same thing, right? Overall, you can leverage government contracting to grow and scale your business. Hope you got some value from this, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I really want to provide some extra value to you guys and just keep doing videos like this to where I help you learn about government contracting. Overall, if you want to get some resources to enter the government market and win government contracts, I'm going to have some links in the below to some free steps to implementing your business, as well as a link to GovCon University, which is going to teach you all about government contracting. That way, you can build your financial future, okay? Overall, thank you very much for watching, and make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a blessed day.